What's up, amigos? It's the Prodigy Maker Minute with yours truly, Chris Lewitt. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator, author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. On this Prodigy Maker Minute, we've been talking recently about fitness and should your kid do fitness. I see two pathways for young kids as they develop their fitness, and I'll tell you what they are, and I think you got to let me know if you agree or disagree. But I see two primary pathways to get to the top, to be a champ. And one is to actually not do very much fitness at all. Maybe do another sport and play a lot of tennis and really develop those tennis skills to where your kid is a prodigy and way ahead of other kids their age, so way ahead of their peers. And to really sort of de-emphasize the fitness. And you may think I'm crazy because you guys know that I love the Spanish way, and the Spanish way is all about fitness and professional fitness training and injury prevention and things like that. But this pathway, it works. It worked for, just off the top of my head, Rafa Nadal, Tony Nadal, whom I studied with extensively. He says that his biggest regret was not doing more injury prevention and fitness with Rafa when he was a kid. Rafa basically just played soccer and tennis. So there's just one example off the top of my head of a champion player who really didn't do a lot of fitness when they were young. They did soccer, so they do cross-training a sport, but they didn't do any actual focused gym work, like with a trainer, things like that. On the other hand, okay, I love the pathway where you take a young kid, even 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and you professionally train them like to be a gym superstar, have a really strong like strength to weight ratio, to be mobile and flexible. You do all the tests, all the musculoskeletal screenings, and you get a kid on a professional fitness program from a very, very young age. I think that's a really cool pathway too, and that can work as well. The reason why I think there's two pathways is because I think there are young kids who just cannot dial into that kind of professional program. I coached this girl from Ukraine named Vlada, a really talented prodigy. And she's only 6 years old, but she's so dialed in to her fitness training that she can do professional training with her mom. Her mom's her trainer. And she can do professional training with her mom pretty much every day in a very focused way. And it works, like the formula works. It works for her. But I know many kids at that age, 6, 7, 8, I know 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds who can't stand, they're allergic to the gym. They can't stand to go to the gym. And they can't stand to work out. They do not want to see a track. They don't want to do one lap around the track or whatever. Or they don't want to stretch, nothing. So you get certain personalities at a young age. They're not very, certain kids are not very mature, and they're not really ready for like the hardcore, like Spanish way of working out. And I think there's a pathway for those kids. It's not hopeless. Like they can develop their tennis skills in lieu of their fitness prowess. They should probably do some injury prevention because there's a higher risk of injury prevention, but they might skate by and develop a very high level of tennis. And then as they get more mature, 14, 15, 16, get to college maybe, or high level college, and they start working out seriously with the trainer or a strength and conditioning expert, they can bulk up their fitness, beef up their fitness, and sort of play catch up in that respect. And I think you see lots of examples of that on the pro tour these days as well. So for me, there's two pathways. What do you guys think? One pathway is a little riskier, but it's very player dependent. It's very player centric actually. It's not pushing a kid who's not ready into the gym, And on the other pathway is that little animal, that little gym rat, the little kid who loves to work out professionally. And those kids are a joy because they're doing all of that professional physical work, and they have a very high level of preparation for elite tennis down the road, whether that's top level Division I college or professional tour tennis. They have like an incredible professional foundation that they've developed since they were little kids. So two pathways, guys. What do you think? That's the way I see it, because it's, at the end of the day, it's based on the kid in front of you. You can live in a fairy tale world where or a world of theory in the ivory tower and say every kid's got to do this, every kid must do this, every kid. But that's not the way the real world works. You have kids with different personalities, different maturities, and especially with young kids, you have to coach them as they are. Some kids are not ready for that hardcore Spanish fitness program until they get a little older. Guys, if you enjoyed this Prodigy Maker Minute, please consider watching and listening to my big show, The Prodigy Maker Show. It's available on all your favorite podcasting platforms and on this YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. See you on the next program.